Okay, hello everyone, howdy. This is DASAP Sponge, DASAP on the Majin Buu Discord, and today I'm going to be showing you guys some of the synergy that I found between Hit and Majin Buu. Now, I'm not a pro player, I'm not a combo expert. These are just some of the tricks that I've learned that you can do with Majin Buu and Hit together on a team. So we're going to start with what Majin Buu brings to the table to help Hit. Now, since Majin Buu really should only be using his A assist, I'm going to cover that first. First things first is that Hit can always confirm his 236L into Majin Buu A, even pretty delayed. Like that. He can also confirm with a 2H. You can also get Dragon Rush. Like that. Which can be useful if you know you're not going to get a sliding knockdown. After a 2H, Hit can Tides of Time down into Majin Buu A for a smidge more damage. But no sliding knockdown. So you probably want to end in a super. So Hit can use Majin Buu A to extend from his light command grab, and you can use either a Dragon Rush or a super jump. So if you use Majin Buu A after a 5H or a super dash mid-screen, he can follow with a super dash, and as long as he doesn't burn his double jump, he can IAD for some decent pressure. If they block, you get to keep going. In the corner, Hit can use Majin Buu's A assist like a DP assist in order to finish a combo with a DR. For Tides of Time loops, you either want to use him to confirm with a 2H, or you want to use his assist toward the end or special tag. So first I'm going to show the 2H, and then you go into loops from there. You can also do his assist towards the end. And down. The 2H here can be a little tight if you're not used to it, so I recommend that you use him towards the end if you want to use him there at all. Here's something for the Hit players. If you use the Buu assist, you can get a MIDI 236LL after the assist in order to continue into loops. Majin Buu A is fast enough, because he's 25 frames, to allow Hit some of his left-right mix from his auto combo cancel. And this is a pretty good payoff since the hit stun on Buu's assist is fairly high for something so fast. Majin Buu A is also big enough to force some full-screen teleport gimmicks, if you feel like doing those. Majin Buu's A covers almost perfectly the distance created by Hit's 214S. This allows Hit to have an assist that will encourage the opponent to respect some of his options out of this 214S. This option will catch Spark, Super Dash, and Mash. If the opponent starts to respect this option, the distance that Majin Buu A's assist will push them is almost perfect for Hit's 214 medium command grab. So Majin Buu's A assist is also fairly tall, covers a good angle to keep enemies from jumping away, which is something they like to naturally do. Working with the forbidden B assist, there's a couple things you can do. Left-right assist is not going to work, even though it's really easy to confirm. Full screen left-right works sometimes. One of the most interesting things it can do is that it can extend after the gun super for sliding knockdown in the corner, similar to how Adult Gohan can do it. And the last cool thing that it can really do is that it can extend from Tides of Time mid-screen. But overall, because Majin Buu B's startup is so slow, it makes it really difficult to confirm from random hits from hit stuff. It can be used to confirm if you know you're gonna hit. But if you know you're gonna hit, then, you know. Moving on to part 2, this is what Majin Buu gets from hit. So all 3 of hit's assists are pretty usable by Majin Buu for various reasons. In general, you want A if your third character has a neutral assist, and you want B if your third character has a mix-up assist. And you'll pick hit C if you want a C assist, since it's the best C assist in the game. But we're gonna go over hit's A assist first. Mid-screen, you can extend a combo using hit A by using 2S into 5M and then continue. You can also use 236S. If you call hit immediately, it will keep them close. And that's going to be more damage than using the 2S method, but it's a little bit more tricky. It's harder to confirm. So you can use hit A to extend from a 236X butt slam mid-screen into Fat Toss or DR. Note that if you do this, you can't end your combo into 236H or for Fat Toss afterwards for mix, so be aware. So you can also use him to extend if you solo Fat Toss early off of the 2S, so if you do like this thing, you can go for something like that. But really, if you want to do a solo Fat Toss route, like, you may as well just save hit for mix afterwards. If you get a raw Super Dash, and you're pretty low to the ground, you can use a single Key Blast, jumping Key Blast, to hold them there long enough to restart your combo. Kind of a poor man's re-jump. You can also use Jump H in this situation, but it's tighter. In the corner, hit A keeps them in the air long enough to Fat Toss. Or DR. You do this for damage, and also do this if you want to snap mix to DR out of the Fat. DR. There you go. Okay. If you're not really in a position to kill off of a snap, or using him to extend your combo, you may just want to save him for Oki and pressure. So hit A will also keep them in the air long enough for a side switch if you get a lucky boot in a scramble, but you kind of have to be ready for it. That's just an easy example. You can jump up and get them too. Hit A is not a restand assist, but it's still pretty good to use in the Fat Toss scenario and in the EX cartwheel scenario. A recent patch made it so that Majin Buu can continue his combo if he gets a cross-up 236M. Move is also plus on block, but there is a gap. So you can cover it with hit A assist if you want, because he's invincible. He's pretty good for that. So if he stops guarding, that means that there's, you know, my gapless is not there, right? And here he's guarded the whole thing, so it means that hit can cover the gap of your 236M pretty easily. Another thing about hit A is that if you use them in this scenario, you create a lot of variance in the frame advantage. Here you can see that it is +2. And depending on when you call him, you're going to get different frame advantage, which you can keep your +2, but if you call him late, you can get up to +15, which may give you enough time to do something cheeky. There's also a lot of things you can do with doing it in the air, calling him as a cross-up, like that. +19 is pretty good. If they're letting you get away with stuff, you can freestyle it a little bit. So just, you know, give it a shot. See if you can find one or something that works for you. One of the last things to cover with Majin Buu here is staggering. So you're going to use, basically, you want to use a couple light buttons to poke, and then afterwards you can call hit A while you're blocking, and this is going to help open the way. Honestly, guys, this is the best I got for you. Buu's staggers or not. You already know, they're not the greatest. If you call him recklessly, though, his invincibility takes 17 frames to start up, so you have to be careful that you don't just, yeah, like that. But anyway, give it a shot. So overall, hit A is a really handy assist to have for any character, and especially for making Buu safe from a lot of scramble situations and poor round starts and mashing. All right, let's take a look at hit B assist. This is my preferred assist for hit when I'm using this character. The neutral that it gives to Buu is pretty good. And first we're going to do extending with B. So extending with hit B can be done like that. It has to be manually timed when you call hit. If you do it too soon, for example, if you hit these two buttons at the same time, so if you do this, it's not going to work well. I'll show you. Because he's going to come out to exactly where Buu is. So if you delay it by a couple seconds, then you get a better, you can confirm. And this gives you lots of corner carry. This is one of the few assists in the game that will allow you to extend like this at Buu's full height. Typically, a normal character can do it no problem, but Majin Buu's giant fist is a little cursed for knockdowns. So you can also use the hit A extension with Vape by calling it after 236S, but your follow-up you need to change. Still pretty good damage, but you get less corner carry. I do think it is less damage than using the A assist because you can't loop your 5M. You can almost always hit confirm this assist just by doing like raw 5H into whatever you want to do. With good execution, though, you can typically get a 2M or a 2S or a 5S after the bounce by dashing up. Depending on how much you delay hit is going to depend on the height of the wall bounce. Which means that you're going to get different follow-ups. So you might want to lab out the one that is the most consistent for you. So for corner carry, 5H will give you like 99% coast to coast, even without a rejump, because they will slide into the corner. Or like that. I think that one does a little more damage. A lot of times, though, you'll be playing neutral and you'll get a random hit. So just be ready to confirm with whatever button you can. Following it up with a 2H will give you a guaranteed sliding knockdown, but you can get the same effect with a medium cartwheel mid-screen. If you do the medium cartwheel option, you get more damage and it's meterless. It gives you good corner carry too, so I recommend you using the cartwheel option whenever you can. You can also just raw fat throw. And you might want to do this for a couple of situations. For example, if you wanted to meterlessly snap mid-screen, you could always do it like this. You'll get more bar if you do it from fat toss instead of just doing raw DR. Keep dropping it. Come on, Boo. And that's how much bar you can build with the fat toss method. Alright. Just like A assist, you should use B assist in the corner after your 236L to extend, but you need to be mindful of the wall bounce pushing them out of the corner if you are too slow. Like that. As an interesting piece of neutral advice, hit B starts his animation farther behind than hit A, and I can show you the difference. So hit A will start here on Majin Buu's right shoulder, his left shoulder, our right, and hit B will start further back by almost an inch of screen space. A couple centimeters at least. Which means that if you notice, while Buu is standing, you can't really see hit at all. He's kind of invisible. And because he has no in-between animation, he can really sort of jump scare the opponent. My recommendation is that if you're going to call hit in a scramble or something, either do it at the top of the screen or try to stop blocking down. You can hold back, but don't hold down back if you're going to call hit, because it's really hard to react if you can't see him. It's much harder to react if you can't see him. Just as a little gimmick, just a little trick for you. So if you're close enough when you call hit B, you can try and follow him in to create some good pressure. As good as pressure as Majin Buu gets anyway. Hit B can be used to extend Majin Buu's jump H at max distance. Whoop, I got a tag. Careful there. What's the max distance? It's gonna be here? Here, right? Pouch. Pouch. Huh, huh, huh. Bang, 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 bong. So with this button and this button, Majin Buu can control a huge amount of screen space thanks to Hit B. Hit B also lets you easily confirm off key blasts. Even air key blasts. This is Majin Buu really get rewarded for his kind of floaty keep away plan, where he can sit pretty high up and then always be able to get in and start his business. whatever your business may be. As a mix-up assist, Hit B has most of the same properties as Hit A, but it has no invincibility, and it has a slower startup by about 5 frames. But this startup can make certain setups easier to auto-time. It has identical block stun, and a wall splat instead of a pop-up as a reward. If you're trying to go for 2 through 6M left-right stuff, you can also use Hit for that. But you have to be a little bit more careful because the wall bounce can push them out of combo range. There we go. That's an example of them flying out of it. Let's take a second to talk about Special Tag. So, Hit has a plethora of special abilities that he can use in order to facilitate Majin Buu's game plan. But, unlike a character like Vegito or SSJ Vegeta, Hit needs to always be on the lookout for opportunities to swap, and needs to plan accordingly for those swaps because they're a little bit higher commitment. First, Hit's light command grab can be extended with Majin Buu A, but it can also be special tagged. Which can lead to a 2 through 6H, which can lead to a mix-up. This gets much better if you're near a corner. Because now Buu gets corner Ogi. Hit's medium command grab can't be confirmed by Majin Buu's assist, so it has to be special tagged if you want to get him involved. A pretty decent way to reverse momentum if things are going really bad for you is a special tag off of Hit's 2 through 6H boot. The invincibility gives him opportunities, and a special tag to Majin Buu lets you turn the reversal into ongoing pressure with 2 through 6H. It is a little expensive though. You're burning a full bar to get away with this, but it may be just what you need. Hit's 2 through 6 LL is used a lot. It's used out of dashes. It's used in the corner. It's used as a frame trap, and it's used from his parry. The move gives you quite a lot of hit stun, so you have a lot of time to recognize the hit and still special tag even if you are slow. That's doing it instantly, and that's doing it with a little bit of a delay. So you have a lot of time to recognize the hit and then swap. Now, if you were to score a parry and then cancel into 2 through 6 LL, then you can swap into Buu and turn your parry into a 2 through 6H, which is a pretty good reward for parry, especially on the ground. You can special cancel out of hits Tides of Time. And Buu can retain sliding knockdown property there. This is a really good way to turn a anti-air into a very bad time for the opponent, because they're getting anti-aired into mix. Buu doesn't get the sliding knockdown property if it's not a 2H Tides. So in that case, you almost definitely want to go for 2 through 6H for a fat toss there at the end. Right. So if you special tag out of 2 through 6 LM, you'll lose the property that lets you get the fat toss after Majin Buu's 2 through 6H. So be aware of this and consider if it's worth using your bar here, or if you'd rather just take the sliding knockdown from hit. Majin Buu doesn't open up many opportunities for hit on special tag. Since Majin Buu doesn't have any long hit stun moves that would let hit touch the ground, he can't extend well. Likewise, Hit has no air specials, so he cannot grant additional sliding knockdowns off of Buu's special moves. Typically, you are going to special tag in hit only when Majin Buu is low on life, or if you want to do specific DHCs. But let's take a look at some of the options. So you can special tag off Cartwheel, but this functions basically like a 2H would. You could special tag off of like medium butt slam or light butt slam in neutral, and it might work, but if they're awake, you're gonna have a bad time. You're gonna get 2H for that. Now you can special tag off of 236L and 236M, but there's no reward. You could do a super, but I don't know if I'd bother. Best special tag option is his 236S. The Vape Cloud can be used in the air, used in neutral. In the air, you want to use it to add like an extra 300 or so damage to the end of a combo. Instead of a smash, this will let you tag in hit, letting him auto-combo out the last few hits. And this is decent mid-screen. It lets you tag safely and without meter and retain your knockdown. You can also use it in neutral if you catch somebody with the cloud in neutral somehow. But as you can see, he gets no sliding knockdown there and no ability to regain his smash. In this case, you may just want to go for a super or a vanish route. Typically, Majin Buu will do more damage off of the vanish route himself. Doosh. Doo 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 doo. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Vanish? No! Why? God, why? Why? God, why? No, I can't. Dude, come on. Alright, this is what we're gonna go with. This is this is the combo I got. It's the best I could do, guys. Come on. Alright, so recent patches have made the DHC synergy for these two characters much better. Hit Buu's super now pushes them horizontally instead of up into the air. And if your goal is to do a level 1 into a level 1 with these two characters, it is now fairly easy to do without losing too much damage. Going from hit to Buu is baby easy. You just let it rock and then hit the button, and he's going to come and do it. Going from Buu to hit is a little more difficult. Your opponent needs to be low to the ground at the end of the combo. So a sliding knockdown will work for this, but... Alright, do this, and then I'm gonna vape. Alright, I know that a little more damage will kill him, but... I call hit. Hit's not gonna do anything up there. He's not gonna be involved. He is, I think, plus here by a fair amount. Yeah, like 26. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, like... if you wanted to do something... Hold on. Vape, level 1. Call hit. Just gonna hold the button. That's not gonna work. But anyway, as you can tell, hit does not connect after level 1 if you use the vape. So don't do that. End your combo low to the ground, and he'll be fine. Hit's DHC is a cinematic super, unless canceled into another DHC, which means that any damage that would have come out of Majin Buu's super is canceled. I'm gonna show that here. So I'm just gonna do 5H in a super. And we're going to do 2792. Hit the boot. Majin Buu. Boo. And then we call hit. And we got 4332. So if you do it too early, you're going to lose a big bunch of damage. Yeah. You're going to lose like 1,000 damage. That's 4332 versus 3072. And he's on the other side of the screen. Don't do that, right? Just wait until Buu's super is mostly done, and then call hit, and you'll be much better off. Now, when it comes to his air super, you can basically always cancel into Majin Buu's super because he goes way up high. No problem at all. Here's a pro tip. If you use Buu's level 1 into hits level 1, you're -6, which means that you're safe from every auto combo. You just hold down back. Yeah. He also bounces you really far back, so nobody can really hit you here. Why would you want to do this? Well, Buu has invincibility on the start of his super. Like so. You can tell it caught the mash there. There are situations in which if you were godlike, or if you were scared, you can do this. This will make hit safe, and he can't be punished here. So you would do this if you wanted to use Majin Buu's invincibility. You know, use the invincibility of the level 1 super, and then try and use that to keep yourself safe maybe during a block string. You can call hit if maybe you made a mistake, right? So maybe you thought they were gonna I think they're gonna mash, or I'm in this block string, I think I'm gonna, and then you see like, oh no, they didn't. You call hit if he doesn't hit them, of course, and then you'd be safe. You could swap, you could spend 2 bars in order to keep Buu safe, because if he's not safe there, if you don't make that swap, Hit's gonna get, Buu's gonna get exploded. They're just gonna 2M him, and they're just gonna protagonist him to death. And so having this option to free swap on block means that you can protect both of your characters, which is really a really handy thing to have. Very handy. Let's talk about level 3. This is where things start to get a little tricky. So as a general tip, Majin Buu's level 3 will give better Oki, and it heals his health. This Oki that Buu has here off his level 3 is actually pretty nasty. Of course, there's Forbidden Mix and things like that, but that's good enough for me most of the time. Most people that I play against already don't know what to do against that. It doesn't do nearly as much damage as Hit's level 3 does. His Hit's level 3 does a lot of damage, and it can stop the health regen and spark. We all know that. So it means you have 2 level 3s in your team that you can use for different utility, and you should use which one is going to be the best for the scenario. Canceling Majin Buu's level 1 into Hit's level 3 has roughly the same height requirements that his level 1 does. But you'll notice that he can actually catch them much higher in the air, generally higher than you would think is possible. The rules for the same are about the same for both supers. Hit does a really good job of making contact, unlike some other grab supers I might mention later. Hit will also go pretty far to connect his level 3. But not full screen. Try to make sure that you don't wait too long on connecting this super, and especially you're going to have a much better time if you just do it in the corner. Because he can grab them from pretty high. That was too high, huh? Damn. Unfortunately, connecting Majin Buu's level 3 after Hit's level 1 is inconsistent. Because he pops them up into the air at the end of his assist. At the end of his super. Now, Hit does have some ways to alleviate this. It's not Hit's fault, it's Buu's fault for having the worst level 3 in the game. The 2 options that Hit has to alleviate this is that if you end the combo in the air and super them down. I don't know why it didn't come out. Here we go. You just do this. Hey, easy. No problem, right? But he has another option. So recently they made it so that Hit could use his gun. And his gun will basically always pin them to the wall so that you can use Majin Buu's level 3 super. And you can do that basically anywhere on the screen, even in the corner, wherever you like. You're going to get a little less damage than if you use Hit's other level 1, but I think it's worth it for the consistency. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding. Hit the gun, then do Buu. And then that'll do it for you. Right. Get as fancy with it as you want. Do like 5 loops. Go hog wild. We haven't talked much about third character synergy yet. On this team, I've got Vegeta. And it's important to note that the 2 problems that Hit has to alleviate his DHC synergy problem don't exist when he's being called in as the first DHC option for a Buu level 3 at the end. So what I mean by that is, let's say you're using Vegeta. And I'm going to do a combo, okay? I'm going to do this. Bang. And I'm going to do this. And now, I have no hope of keeping him in this combo. There's no way that's going to happen. There is a couple of situations in which it's fine. One of them being that if you just cancel out of hits super early, he has the non-cinematic version, which will still let you use Majin Buu's level 3. But the amount of damage that you lose from doing that is pretty significant. It's going to be something that you have to lab to figure out if it's worthwhile for you to do. And it's kind of a weakness that the synergy has that hasn't been able to be handled easily yet. You can play around it, though. If you have a character like Blue Goku on your team, or somebody who has a down DHC, then you can call them in between, and that'll pin them to the ground for you to be able to do the Buu level 3. Hey, okay, so you just call Buu early in the command menu. There you go. Alright. Consider tailoring your combo so that you don't have to be in that situation. So I'm going to try and show a combo example to where you can avoid it. So obviously here, you can get Vegeta out and then use his level 3 to finish things up. That's an example, I guess. Let's do a big combo. Team building for these two could be its own video, because really it's up to you how you want to do it. I personally believe Hit is a better point for Majin Buu because he gains more from Majin Buu's A assist, and he utilizes the special tag system better. Hit can also be played anchor these days, and his preferred slot is mid. So if you're not that he's mid, just that his preferred slot is mid. So if you're comfortable with him in those positions, then go for it. Majin Buu wants to be point or mid, since even having one assist is enough to keep you in the mix-up game. So that means that there's really 4 team options that you have available. You got point hit, mid Buu, and third. Point Buu, mid hit, and third. Point Buu, mid third, and anchor hit. Or point third, mid Buu, and anchor hit. So I'm going to run through a few characters that I think are strong with these two. This isn't meant to be a comprehensive list, just some tips on who I've used before, and these are all base game characters, so hopefully it gives you an idea of who you will want to run third. First up is Yamcha, the Wolf. He's a great partner for both Hit and Majin Buu, as his assist does everything both of them want. Restands, helps block stun, goes half screen, starts fast. Yamcha himself has a level 4, which helps with damage, and he can use pop-up assist and DP assist very well, so don't sleep on the Wolf. But if you don't want to use the Wolf, SSJ Goku has a beam, and generally all beams are pretty decent for these two, but he also has his B assist, which is preferred for Majin Buu, since it restands and has good block stun like Yamcha's. SSJ loves having Hit B to improve his already pretty good neutral, and pretty good. And in general, SSJ is just a more traditional version of Yamcha if you don't want the Wolf. Now, as a fun option, Goku Blue also can use both assists for confirming off his command grab, and his downward beam DHC is a good glue for the two characters because of their DHC problems. So he's a good example of a character that you may want to play point for the two. Tien can easily confirm for Hit. He can also just be used for mid-screen combos for Majin Buu, just like Hit B can. So it's a really great assist in general. Its block stun is on the low side, so if you want to lean into block stun mix-ups like EX Cartwheel, consider using his other assist, B, which also restands. So Tien is a solid third who brings a lot of DHC damage, something the pair needs to secure kills. And last, I'm going to talk about SSJ Vegeta's A assist, the prince of all assists. It's great for defense, offense, and mix. Some people call it fake, but recently it got buffed, and I still think it can be super annoying, and because of that, I still think it's worthwhile to try and use it. I think it's one of the better assists in the game. A Hit B can be used to help Vegeta confirm his annoying-ass neutral game, and he builds a frankly stupid amount of meter for the two of them to use on their strong gimmick tools. Alright. And that's going to be the end of the video for me. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. I hope you found something interesting. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments if I have comments turned on. Shout out to the Majin Buu Discord for all the help they provide to new players, and I'm around there. You can shout me out too. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.